Welcome back here to the Hill on NewsNation. Live look at the White House right now, where President Trump signed an executive order on school choice programs today. His executive orders will also end funding for public schools that support critical race theory and other divisive measures in their curriculum. Now, while DEI could potentially soon be out of America's classrooms, will classrooms be immune from immigrations and customs enforcement raids? President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, is defending plans to allow ICE agents to conduct operations in America's schools.
What criminals are hiding in schools? Middle schools, elementary schools. You going to go into those?
How many MS-13 members are aged 14 to 17? Many of them.
Now, those raids have caused protests across the country in some spots, Philadelphia, Dallas, Oklahoma City, to name a few. But Oklahoma's top educator, Ryan Walters, supports this effort in his schools. By the way, Oklahoma's Board of Education also approved a rule requiring proof of citizenship for school enrollment. That's some of the news out of Oklahoma today. And Ryan Walters, the top educator there in the state, joins me live. Ryan, thanks for being back with us here on the Hill.
Thank you for having me.
So you want to check the immigration papers of parents there, essentially, who have kids in schools in your state. Why?
Well, look, we're going to make them give the documentation, driver's license, birth certificate, nation of origin, because here's the reality. Illegal immigration has crippled our schools. It's cost us $474 million as a state. Based on our estimates, we need to understand how many illegal immigrants are in our schools. Where did they come from? How do we get resources and personnel to best direct our state's education? We're in the middle of reforming and adjusting our education agenda here in Oklahoma so that we can be high performing. And we've got to know where the kids are, and especially these kids with these type of backgrounds. Got to know where they are. So you have the parental choice tax credit program there in your school. It's tax dollars for school choice. And some of those schools, as you know, Ryan, are at houses of worship, at churches. Do you want the churches to ask the parents for papers? Give us your papers? Look, when a kid enrolls in a public school, you have to give information over. Part of that information is going to be driver's license, birth certificate, nation of origin. That is very straightforward. That's what we're going to ask for. We are happy to work with the Trump administration on any kind of immigration policy they have, getting this data and information so we can make decisions as a state, and so President Trump can make decisions on where illegal immigrants are. I hear you on public schools, but what about other state dollars that go elsewhere in those private schools, for example? Everyone should cooperate with law enforcement. Everyone who's involved with law enforcement and an investigation needs to be turning information over to the police. These are criminals that are in our country. ICE is there to get illegal immigration under control. So we're going to support law enforcement here in the state of Oklahoma. So what happens at the university level then? Because I'm on the website, Ryan, and the universities are separate from K through 12, which is what you run. But the University of Oklahoma, here's what it says on its website, quote, the University of Oklahoma welcomes all undergraduate and graduate applicants regardless of citizenship status. Undocumented students with or without DACA status, that's Dreamers, should follow the same application procedure as all other OU applicants. Should the governor take action against OU? We should absolutely be ensuring every institution is working with law enforcement. Look, it's a felony not to work with law enforcement. If ICE is conducting an investigation, every entity should work with them. Full stop. I mean, but what should happen if they don't? It's kind of what I'm getting at. Say that again. What should happen if they don't? Oh, look, they should be prosecuted. They should absolutely be prosecuted for impeding an investigation. They should have taxpayer funding stripped from them if they don't work with President Trump on his agenda and law enforcement. On the raids in your state, potentially in elementary schools even. You've got kids, Ryan. I've got kids. Every parent knows this. What's the first thing we ask our kids when they get home? How was school? What'd you do today? Did you have fun? Right? Some form of that question. If one of their classmates, kindergartner, first grade, second grade, whatever, is pulled out of school by ICE, what should teachers tell them? Look, I reject the premise here on this. We're dealing with professionals in ICE that know how to conduct their jobs, know how to go about it. Their job, they want to keep families together as they're being deported, so they know how to carry this out in a professional way that's humane for the families. And part of that is ensuring that the kids understand what's going on with mom and dad, and that families are kept together as they're maybe being deported or being removed. All right, we'll leave it there. Ryan Walters, often here on the Hill, with some news out of Oklahoma today. Thank you, sir, for the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.